So.
Oh, you smell fine. Okay, I can't smell you. You can't smell me then.
Oh, behind the scenes. Here we are behind the scenes. It's Linda getting ready to go.
What was it again?
Tacos were the
Is it
best
the
in
secret
my
knot?
memory.
Just secret knot.
They were just like tacos
Secret
today.
knot.
I don't know why. It was just like
It
a different
changes,
thing.
right?
Yeah, I mean, but Eagles was like kind.
You ever think about the Milpas?
Is that the one down in?
Imperial. Imperial?
It's the best. I had a real situation with my stomach after theirs, but it's my favorite tacos in the world.
Like put yourself through something crazy,
I
right?
literally have got to plan on not going anywhere the next.
Go and start anytime. We're good. We're just going to start talking. We'll be talking as you go. So just go in and let us know where. Yeah.
Oh, we're live, by the way.
By the way,
She's alive.
We're like, Greg and I know each other for so long. We just like start rapping.
I'm taking Greg to Cuatro Smitas next.
It's my favorite place. It really is. I just love it.
Oh, 5, 4.
So when you're with somebody that you love, you admire, that's your mentor, that's your friend, like what do you talk about?
Tacos.
Tacos.
That's it.
We're talking about tacos.
Especially in San Diego. I mean, we're in the taco capital of the world.
Exactly.
It's absolutely amazing, except for, I guess, Texas. It's spectacular. It's so funny because next door is a place called Nico's.
Yeah.
And as a kid, it was like one of my favorite taco shops in the world. Now it's just like a taco place, but absolutely delicious. It's like a throwback right there.
And you got to take Colt to it.
That's right.
The first time.
Hear him yakking in the back. He's not feeling so good.
Oh, you got the bad guacamole.
It's bringing the kid to work day right here.
What's up, Colt? Come on, come join us. No?
All right, he'll come around.
Come on, brother. Little man. So, hey, thanks for coming and hanging out, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, congratulations. How many years is this now?
2 years.
Everyone can do things once, but when you can repeat and have success, that's when you know you're onto something.
Thanks, brother. So, you know, I want to go back to when I met you, because I don't know if I've ever acknowledged you when I met you. So, I was introduced by a real good friend of mine, said, you need to talk to Greg. Greg's like amazing. And then we met up in Del Mar, in your hood, you know, and I think I saw some of the cars. Yes, I saw some cars that you like detailed as a Ute.
I always joke about it. I say I grew up in the mean streets of Del Mar, California, which is a real fancy beach town. I said I was in a street game called the Del Mar Posse. At night we'd break into BMWs and we detail them like we're real tough. Hey, one time we had a chug-a-lug contest with Perrier. Whoa, we're a tough guys.
That's right. That's right. One time we broke into a car and we put the CDs.
Yeah, they weren't the toughest kids.
I love it. So I met you there, and you just started like giving me wisdom. It was like cool. Like it was just all nuggets. It was power, and I walked away, and like my life was different. No, it was just different, and I was inspired. Like I finally wrote a book, and you were one of the first guys I called when I wrote a book.
Fantastic, by the way.
Thank you, and the way that you respond has always been like really cool. And I'm
It's
grateful
quick if nothing else, right?
That's right. That's what I've done.
It's not always nice, but it's always direct. Look on the bright
Yes,
side.
that's for sure.
Why don't we talk about that? Because I think that's a really cool thing. So I've been in the real estate business for a long time. I do mortgages, you know, that's what I do. And I wrote a book and I want to go in that direction. I'm going to get there. And one of the things that I run into is people talking about people that are successful.
Yeah.
And they're always bagging on people that are successful. Like that person's a jerk because the person doesn't talk to me. The person's like ignored me, as though, you know, you need to like focus on the person that's walking around. How do you know that the person actually wants your attention? What I notice about you is you're always great at giving people attention, and you have an ability to just like move on, like you're done and you move on. And we were talking the other day, and you have a way of looking at being detached. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Unattached.
Unattached.
Yeah,
Unattached.
it's interesting because I have this philosophy, and a lot of people do, by the way. I'm not the only person who has this concept that I've been working on for the last couple of years. My former wife, Ellen Reid, taught it to me, and it's been one of the greatest blessings I've ever had. Because people that are detached means they don't give a shit. You know, it just means they don't care. Yeah. Unattached means that you go all in, you give it everything you've got, but then you're not attached to the outcome of exactly how it transpires. Because last year you had a lot of plans, but how did that go, right?
Yeah.
Now you might have hit a goal from time to time, but as it went, I guarantee it didn't go as you foresaw.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
So the whole thing is being unattached to the outcome. So what I'm saying is that everything I do, I just really give my best I can. And then at the end of the day I go, I'm good. And it is what it is. And I literally am unattached to the outcome. And by having that philosophy, I can't get let down. But more importantly, I know that I did my very best and I can enjoy watching how it unveils.
So you find yourself more in experience.
Exactly.
What's happening versus
Forcing it.
forcing it and being stuck on it. Like,
Yeah.
it's got to go that way, and
Yeah.
it's not doing it, so I'm going to pull myself in another direction.
Right, it's that, I always talk about stickability, the power to persevere.
Yeah.
But it's
One of your
actually-
books, one of his 45 bestsellers,
The most important is flexibility.
flexible.
I mean, because if you don't have the adaptability to adjust and change, you get stuck.
Yeah.
And I always tell that story about the spider monkey. Can I
Yeah,
share that one real
absolutely,
quick? So the spider monkey in the rainforest is the most quick, nimble creature. You can't harpoon it, spear it, catch it, it's too wiry. A hunter figured it out named San Juan. He took a heavy log, drilled a tiny hole, left it at the base of the jungle, and dropped a peanut inside. The monkey would smell the nut. Come down from the treetop, reach his hand in, and he grabs it, and his fist becomes so big, he can't pull it back out. He becomes anchored, kind of like to that log.
Yeah.
Now, all he's got to do is let go, but he thinks that nut is nutrition and it's saving him. The hunter comes by an hour later and captures the monkey that's still stuck in that log. The moral is, are we holding onto our own nut in life? But it could be in the form of a job or a deal or a relationship or fear or guilt. And what we think is saving us, like the monkey thought the nut was, could be the single thing that's leading to our own demise. Sometimes we have to have the courage and the ability to let go so we can live to fight another day. It's that flexibility.
Wow. Wow. I'm like done.
That's
We're gonna keep going. That's it. Thanks for coming. Drop the mic.
it. I'm glad it came down. So it's interesting along this journey, people always want that big
I'm going to
goal.
interview him, but I'm just going to let him talk.
Yeah. No. It's interesting. Everyone always talks about, the golden nuggets. But one that you and I have in common is the ability to seek counsel
Definitely.
and not opinions.
Yeah.
And you've heard me say it 1,000 times. You tell everyone else what it is.
For me, I used to call people and they would give me their opinion. And then I talked to you and you said, they're just giving you your opinion about my book and about the other things I was doing. Just, why don't you talk to somebody that actually has done this? And they're going to tell you what they went through.
That's right.
And that's what I did. That's what I do. When I was going to do Thrive Talks, I came to you and I talked to you about this. And you said, how about this way? And I said, cool, I'm going to try it that way.
Well, it's the same thing with mortgages. If you go to a family friend and say, I'm going to go get a mortgage, well, if they've never done it, they're going to give you all their viewpoints of what they see in the news.
Yeah.
If they go to you as an authority and say, hey, I'm looking at my mortgage, and they say, great, here's what you need to know, and give them counsel based on wisdom, knowledge, mentorship.
Absolutely.
It seems like if we would spend our activities only seeking counsel and ignoring people's opinion, that's also the day your life would change. It's like, where do we get our information from the right people in the right order?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Secret Knock. That's kind of where I've gotten so much counsel and so much connection, and so much of that wisdom, because you have this great event that you do, and I've met so many amazing people there, and I've been able to connect and then build build myself and elevate myself.
That's awesome.
So yeah, thank you. And so you do it. What's it like for you to do the Secret Knock? What's it like for you to talk to Lamborghini or Ferrari, wherever you guys
It's
are
a
talking
trip.
to?
It's a trip.
Is that-
This last one, I was sitting on stage looking around going like, how the hell do I know these people, right? It's like one of those type of epiphanies or what have you. But it started with my living room with 12 people, and it grew and grew and grew. And it was really interesting. A mentor once said to me, it says, I went to him and said, look, I paid all this money to come out and hang out with you and your friends. And he pulled me aside and goes, would people pay money to come hang out with you and your friends? And that's kind of where that light bulb went off. And I went, wow, I need better friends.
Only if they want their car detailed, right?
Right. So that's what started the journey. It's like surrounding yourself with the people that are doing what you want. And now we get to hang out with these insanely amazing people.
Yeah. I mean, Les Brown, I remember years ago, Les Brown and Charlie Tremendous Jones.
That's right.
God bless them, and just these amazing people. And the cool thing, what I've learned from you too, is that, and it's absolutely true, because everybody that's been here today was simply, hey, I'm doing a show, would you mind coming? And they was like, absolutely.
Of course.
And not just showing up, but bringing everything they got. Bringing everything.
Well, you're going to love this, because I even brought my kid with the flu, so everyone else is going to get sick. I just wanted to leave it behind.
That's
Thanks.
kind of a wisdom.
Yeah, it's kind of like, we'll see. And it was so funny. So this last one we were doing a couple months ago up in Los Angeles. It was a really interesting thing, because we're reinventing our Secret Knock philosophy. And I got a hold of Edward Snowden. And it took years to wrestle this guy. And it was great.
Edward Snowden that's in
hiding, in Russia. So it was interesting. At the end of the interview, we did the dog and pony and did all this stuff about Edward Snowden. And at the end, I go, I'm going to ask you one last question. He goes, what is it? I go, look, before I ask you this question, I think you should get your lawyers in the room to listen to it.
Yeah.
He goes, what is it, Greg? I go, wait, before I even ask this question, I want you to think methodically, long and hard before you answer because I want to make sure this answer is clear and concise. He goes, what is it, Greg? I go, how do you clear your search engine for porn on Google?
We're dudes. We're close.
Everyone laughs.
Everybody's killed. That is so great.
But it's so interesting because people are just people.
Yeah.
And the most successful people are also the most available people.
That's what you taught me, and I'm slowly but surely learning that. So thank you for that philosophy. And you guys out there, understand that. If you are in the real estate business, if you're in the mortgage business, and you want to connect to somebody and be like those people that are producing the big results, just pick up the phone and call them because
That's very powerful what you just said. Surround yourself with the people that are getting the results you want. Look, when I wanted to become a best-selling author, I did not go to people who wrote books. You know who I went to? People who sold books.
yeah,
They're two different
big
people.
difference.
I went to Barnes & Noble. I bought all the bestsellers. If I wanted to become a sort of, a great artist, a successful artist, I go to the galleries and see who they're pulling down off the walls and they're shipping to somewhere, right? Because they're the ones getting the results I want. That is the key to personal achievement.
That's cool. Now your message, where does your message really come from? Like what happened to you that your message that you decided to like make a difference in the world and where did you get your message from?
I'm a student, so I'm always learning. By the way, everything I've ever written, like I'm doing a wealth hack right now, right?
Yeah,
Interviewing people
yeah.
worth $100 million to $1 billion.
$1 billion, yeah.
All this stuff. Everything I've ever taught, shared, spoken about, written about of wealth, I've been wrong. By the way, so just tear that chapter out of my books in the past. Because now that I'm sitting down with these people, I'm going, holy smokes! All you know is what you know. And then as soon as you learn something new, you go, holy smokes, right? So right now, I almost feel like a reborn Christian finding out there's no God when it comes down to money. It's like everything I thought I knew has completely changed my paradigm.
Wow.
And it's been spectacular.
Like, give me like
I can't.
You can't like one thing?
I can't. I will say this though. It's all easy, and it's only because I'm in the middle right
No problem.
I'm in
But
the
how
middle
about,
right
how about if we talk about it this way? Our program's called Elevate. And
let's do this one.
Okay.
I'll share a story that Linda likes. There's a gentleman named Brian Sidorsky. He's a billionaire guy, made his money in dirt. And I go, how do you make $1 billion in dirt? And he goes, well, time plus land is wealth. I go, explain. He goes, all I do is find a town anywhere in the world that grows about 20 to 25% a year. Go on Google Maps, you can see it anywhere. I look for Main Street. I draw a line out 8 miles and I buy the dirt. I rent the dirt to farmers who pay the lease so it's free and I get vegetables. As the town grows exponentially, it ends up on my plot. Since I'm on Main Street and I own the most amount of land, that's what I sell the big box stores for 200 times what I paid. Simple, right?
Simple.
And that's what I'm finding. So all these interviews, I'm going, wow. And we're doing that for gold and oil and silver and every single industry. And when this book is done, it's basically going to be probably the new Bible of personal achievement when it comes to wealth and abundance. Because everyone's going to understand it.
So you're making it's more simplistic. It's not like, well, Think and Grow Rich, which is absolutely, a great book. What I find about Think and Grow Rich is that almost every time I read it, I never heard. It's just I remember that word, but I never heard what that word meant.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is you're going to do something, and it's just going to be able to be understood. Is that your goal?
I believe it will. And the people that we've got involved in this project are spectacular. In August 4th and 5th at my house, I'm doing prosperity camp. I've got the king of Nigeria Skyping in. I've got multi-billionaires and millionaires flying. It's the people that we're attracting to tell their stories is like something I've never seen before.
Good thing you moved out of the apartment in OB, huh?
You know what's really funny is that a student learns as they go, but we're also when the student's ready, a teacher appears. And I'm just ready. I've always had richness in my life. I've always lived well.
You've always done well, yeah.
But I've never been wealthy. And now I'm ready for that because I believe that I'll be a good steward of that prosperity. So that's the idea and the angle and direction where we're heading right now.
So what you're saying is, and I'm just going to use it as a lesson out there. So having money is having money. Being rich is being rich. Having wealth, you defined it differently.
Yeah, I'm defining for myself, and then hopefully other people will attach to it. I just did realize that there's a big difference between what I've been doing before, because that's what I was taught, to compared to what I'm doing now, but I'm actually getting results. And I realized that if we're not doing income-producing activity, then therefore we cannot complain that we're not having income coming into our life.
Absolutely. So it's funny because it's it's almost as like the further deeper into the lesson you got, it always seems to be that because you said income producing opportunities. Yoram just said income producing opportunities. I tell people you got to do everything's got to be income producing actions. That's all that. But it's so funny as you get to this level, you get this new thought about life, and then you go do that basic thing that you did when I knew you in Del Mar. Right.
But applying it. See, everyone's got the information.
Right.
Everyone watching this, you do not need another book. You don't need another event. You don't need a seminar. All we got to do is apply the stuff that we already know. That's it. The greatest mentor you got is that mirror that's in your bathroom. Go look inside and say, look, what would you tell that person to do? You know you more than any other person outside. You can hire $1 million to be your coach. You're your best coach. Look in the mirror and say, this is what you should be doing, knucklehead, and then go do those actions. If we start taking that accountability and responsibility, that's the day things start turning.
Wow. What's it like for you? Like, what's it like for you when you're like as a like a little kind of the boy in you? Like when you're sitting there and all these guys are there and you're like, wow, what's that like?
That's a blast. All the time. Yeah, I look back. Like right now, on August 20th, we're making our feature film for Wishman. Finally, after all these years.
So it starts?
On August 20th, we start filming. We're casted, we're done, we're financed, we're ready to rock and roll. Everything's done, location secured. And it's really neat. That I'm having more, probably that feeling of a kid than I ever have. Because the actors that are coming to us for roles now are the people that 4 years ago I would have done anything to get, and now they're coming to us. And it's kind of neat how it's just the circle of life has come. And now we're going to be creating a motion picture that will impact the lives of millions of people across the world.
Yeah,
pretty exciting.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I've seen the video he did with the bike, with the little bicycle, and that thing. How do you watch that and not just cry, and not be moved, and not be just inspired? You're taking that and going.
Yeah, and the movie's not what everyone thinks. So that's the funniest part. That reason why these actors love it is because they're expecting that. The Disney, the warm fuzzy kumbaya. No, it's not. This is a dark, gritty film about, survival and finding a person's way out. It seems like, everyone sees the shiny house and the cars and the boats, but no one knows that journey that it took to get there. And what we're going to do is tell Frank's story along the way. And people that don't know him, Frank Shankwitz is the guy who created the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I sat down with him after an interview, and I asked him a simple question. I go, what was your wish? And he said, what? And I go, what did you wish for being the founder of Make-A-Wish? He said, no one ever asked me. I go, wow. Whatever it is, I'm your genie. I'm going to grant it. And he says, all I want is my story to be told so my grandkids know I did something cool. So I said, Frank, sign over your life rights. We're going to do this. It's taken 4 years. August 28th. Can we start rolling?
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool, man.
Greg Reid, man. It's so cool to have you.
You just gave me like 8 names right there.
Greg, Mark, John.
Exactly. That guy. Bob, Joe. Anyway, Greg, what's up, man?
Greg Reid, everybody, thank you for coming by, man. I really appreciate it.
Anything, anytime.
I know that. That's what you guys got to know. That is what you got to know because you said that, but that's true.
Absolutely.
People say anything, anytime. I don't ask you for anything because it's not ready yet, but I will ask.
Anytime.
Yeah, and I know that's
Linda West, anything, anytime.
Absolutely.
Whoop, whoop.
That's it. Whoa.
Thanks for being here, brother.
Good. Okay, we're good?
Yeah, we're out of here.
That's a cut.
So I'm going to do what he does. Get out of here.
Good, bye.
Linda West rocks.
Linda West rocks.